Dear Templars, I welcome you all to the Temple of Truth tonight. And your Mayegun is here. The microphone is on. Please read beyond the caption of the broadcast. Read the description of this broadcast. Like it, share it, to invite your friends and not so friendly friends and tell all of them that Mayegun today. Thank you so much for joining me again from wherever you are tuning in. Tell all of them that Mayegun today, sir. As you can see, consider this as another update. Some updates where when they lie to you, even when they lie to us, there is always going to be, no matter how long or how far the lie travels, the truth actually catches up faster than the speed of sound. Just 4 days ago, we were trying to be very positive because at least we would be positive when we see them do something right. But there is always this part that continues to remind us that these guys cannot be trusted. So now we have now been told that Dangote refinery oil, the one that has this much media attention, seems to have become a ruse. Some said it's a sabotage from the NNPCL. I won't be surprised. I am going to tell you what I heard and what I know, okay? And you will tell me what you know too. Tell everybody. Thank you, Motide. Yeah, I'm beginning to come back slowly, and then, steadily and surely and steadily, okay? So thank you so much. If you did join us in the afternoon, I did try that today. I tried to do our afternoon or break or brunch show today. And I was going to see how that went, but it went well though, yeah? So thank you so much to those of you who are just joining me today. I've got a lot of updates for you tonight. Most of them are just gists, the gists from what we have heard. You see, like I said, even when majority of us want to try and then be positive in the midst of fraudulent characters who are pulling off different stunts in that contraption every day, it is more or less like they are using your lives in Nigeria as kalu, like to play kalu. This one, this or that, this or that, this one or this or that. That's how they are playing with your lives in that contraption. And most of the time, a lot of people want to think, or should I say, some people want to think that we do not wish Nigeria well. Wishes doesn't pay bills. Wishes doesn't fix anything. Actions does. And when Dangote and then the NNPCL, when their bromance became something of concern, we raised the alarm, and then we also felt like we should wish them well. At least if they manage to do well, it will be to the betterment of a lot of you, until the reality sets in. We now realize that they are just playing every one of you. Unfortunately, these are cold-hearted criminals, but you couldn't really pinpoint who is in on this. But with the pieces of information out there that I've managed to gather from here and there, I could bring them out to Mayegun's Diary Politico, while you sit back, relax, and we can decipher this together. I said something this afternoon. Last night, temper did rise. A lot of people felt, uncomfortable. Maybe not a lot, okay? So we had members of this temple abusing themselves, especially on YouTube, attacking themselves. simply because Mayegun was talking about the rogue criminal pulpit bandits, Adeboye to be precise. A member of this platform actually suffered what we call the mental breakdown yesterday when he personally felt like, you know, it's like we always targeted the Christians, which is not true. A lot of you have been on this platform where the Sultan, which I personally called the descendant of the first terrorist in Nigeria, Uthman Dan Fodio, in the history of how the terrorist, Fulani terrorists, took over the northern part of Nigeria and continued the effort of spreading that all over Nigeria until tomorrow. I keep saying it that your Sultan of Sokoto, is a descendant of Uthman Dan Fodio, who happened to be the first terrorist in Nigeria. And majority of those Fulanis, they have this mentality that Nigeria is the estate of their great-grandfather, Uthman Dan Fodio. And they could do whatever they like with it. But I am a very rational person, okay? Dear Templar, I am a very rational person. And that's why I said, if you want to love Mayegun, you have to love Mayegun unconditionally. Because I won't speak on anyone that is not, by any means, right, contributing to the problems that a lot of us are facing in that contraption, home and abroad. So if the turn was the turn of your pastors, you do not have any means to have a mental breakdown, begin to abuse the members of the temple, calling them slaves, calling them names, and all of that. I found out that we had about a few of them who sort of had a mental breakdown yesterday. So, and tonight, we are going to get rid of all of them tonight. If they show face in the comment section tonight, okay, even if now ordinary hello, they type in that comment tonight, it's going to be the last comment. They are going to comment on this platform. Yes, because it's one rule, okay? I would not pick on I won't come here, right, for no reason and say, okay, I want to attack your religion. No. The supporters of Mayegun, the lovers of Mayegun, they cut across all religion. I believe that. I don't have any religion, and I have no regret about that. Okay? I respect all your religion. I respect your belief. I respect your faith. And when I speak about those criminals who are in cahoots with the ruiners of Nigeria, it is because I have my evidence. Okay? And you shouldn't by any means think we are singling out your pastor or singling out your religion if you don't have any mental problem yourself. Now, if you have mental problem, and somehow, right, Mayegun is talking about the people you think should not be spoken about, then you do not have any, shouldn't be here. I know it can be very difficult for some of you. I've told people many times, right? There was a time that because I always, if you check my platform, right, you will realize that the people that I get to batch all the time, expose and talk about all the time, they are those who are either members of APC, people destroying people, as well as those who are their friends, right? Pastors, royal fathers. I have brought Honey of Ife on this platform, okay? All because I have brought the Oba of Benin, the ones that the Benin people actually really revered. I won't touch all these people if they don't say anything or does anything that I know enables the destruction of that, destruction of the people of that contraption. So if I'm talking about APC, and you sit there, you are a supporter of PDP, and you are laughing, you are just being stupid, because tomorrow may be your turn. That's me, okay? And maybe it's talking about your imam today, and you are laughing because your pastors are not being mentioned. Yeah, your pastors may be tomorrow. I won't just speak on any of them if they are not making comments, either in support of this maladministration and those who are ruining the ruiners of Nigeria. And that is why I said, if you love Mayegun, you have to love Mayegun unconditionally. You have to love me unconditionally. I do not demand for your love, okay? It has to be given. If I earn it, I do not demand for your respect, all right? If I don't deserve your respect, don't give it to me, all right? And I won't actually feel anyhow about it. So those who claim to respect me, they believe that I earned it, okay? And when I'm talking about these people, a lot of you who have been with Mayegun for so long knows this. I am not talking about your religion. I won't deliberately come here and begin to condemn your religion or condemn your faith or condemn your tribe or your ethnic or this or that, I always make it very clear the people we are talking about. Or if you take offense, it simply means that you do not belong to this temple. You are just a sojourner, somebody who is hibernating here. So if you then probably decided to start abusing my Templars, those who are attending this, this gathering every now and then, a lot of them just want to feel comfortable in a place where they can express themselves, how they feel about all these guys. And I am the person who makes it easier for them to do that. So the moment you begin to abuse my followers, or you begin to abuse people because of what they type in the comment section, you are actually, you are numbering your days here. So yes, I have directed that some of those who are abusing you last night because of Adeboye, including this my brother that called in, and it was like having this mental breakdown. I was like, oh my God, what is wrong with this guy? Well, because you had to like have your time, and that will be his last time on this platform as well. Okay. So everybody that abuses everybody because of Adeboye in the comment section last night, if you show face this evening, we will get rid of you. I promise you that. So yes, if it is a royal father, you call them, all these royal criminals or royal bandits, right? If I pick on anyone, it may be a member of it can even be your father. Who gives a damn? If your father is part of those who are contributing to this, to the ruin of that contraption as it is today, I will mention your father, your mother. I will mention that, and you have no right to even defend them here. You don't have that right. Okay. The purpose of this platform is to make everybody knows that these guys are not special. They are not different from you. Whatever title they give to themselves, whatever larger than life they make themselves look like, to us, they are absolute trash. They are nothing. Whether they are old or they are young, whether they are rich or poor, it doesn't matter. The moment they are fingered in our story of what is going on in that contraption, we will deal with it accordingly. And you will remain silent and quiet, even if they pain you, even if you feel like you want to defend them, you will remain quiet. The moment you come out and think you can possibly attack people for them, is the moment you expose yourself that you do not belong here. Okay. It is not a competition. It is not a popularity contest. So, again, to all of you who got abused in the comment section last night, right? On Mayegun's Diary Political, as a member of this temple, just like myself, you are free to express yourself against how you feel against these criminals, okay? Whether they are your pastors new, whether they are your imams new, whether they are your whatever they are, whoever they are. We have tried to make people see that you do not, by any means of association, okay, take offense when we are talking about these guys. Okay, I won't come here, like I said, and start shouting about your royal father, your pastor. No, 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 no. They must have done something. And it is when they have that I will latch on them. Having said that, so I hope African Wahala princess, you will do me that favor, okay? Once you cite all these guys that you saw last night, some of them that you missed, and the ones I have told you to help me get rid of. But if you can't, I'll do it myself, okay? I will be reading my comment, especially on YouTube, all right? So we'll deal with that. Again, 4 days ago, they bombarded us. They bombarded us with, it was actually meant to be a good news, okay? That finally, Dangote Petroleum, as you've come to know it now, would come to possibly relieve you. They were even lying to you. They said the reason why Dangote oil is more expensive than imported petroleum was because Dangote bought his crude oil. He imported his crude oil. And because he imported his crude oil in dollars, so until he finished selling that one, he will begin to sell the ones that the NNPC will give to him from the 1st of October. Lies. I told you that it was a lie. But again, it's based on what I heard and what I have seen and what I know. And nobody, you would have to give me something stronger, a stronger evidence for you to change my mind on what I am aware of. Okay. Yeah, I am always kind of willing to be wrong. Okay. Like I'm very willing to be wrong. And when I am wrong, I can easily come here, right, and say, oh, you know what? I was wrong. Because this whole thing is not about always like being right. It is about what is right and what is wrong. You get what I mean? So it was all scam. Right now, more conspiracy theories are being developed on this issue of a Dangote oil. At first, when NNPCL suddenly changed their mind and said, you know what, we will begin to buy Dangote oil now, okay? And we will be supplying it to the marketers in Nigeria. Don't forget, the only entity importing fuel into Nigeria is the NNPCL, supposed NNPC Nigeria. They were the one that are actually importing oil or importing petroleum, diesel, and all those stuff into Nigeria. They may be lying to you that some marketers this, marketers that. That's a lie. It is when they import all this that they will begin to redistribute them to the supposed marketers. So who are they paying subsidy to? Who have been collecting subsidy? No one else but these criminals inside the NNPC. They have been those doctoring books, falsifying figures, falsifying landing this, landing cost, blah, 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 paying subsidy on them. They have been the one duping you. It's just that they just kind of like change the beneficiary among themselves. So when Dangote refinery said they are like ready to supply their product, and their product is the best, it is kind of the best or better than what NNPC has been importing into Nigeria. And that is why they are trying to sabotage him. So he screamed. We helped him scream. We said, oh, that looked better than what you are buying in Nigeria. So why can't they just patronize him and save you the stress on your forex? Then boom, they changed it. They said Dangote refinery's oil, a liter of petroleum from Dangote refinery is 898 naira per liter. How much are you going to sell it to the marketers? And how much would the marketers sell this to the end users? You. So they worked it up and down. They said, well, for NNPCL, if you go to their depot in Kaduna, in Sokoto, in Kano, Jigawa, Adamawa, and all this part of all this northern Nigeria, you won't get it less than 1,055 naira per liter. That's for NNPCL. So what about the other independent marketers? How much are they going to sell? Well, they probably will have to add extras to their own. Maybe 1,100, maybe 1,200, on and on. Then what happened to, did they create this artificial scarcity in the first place for a period like this? What is good? So many questions that we didn't get answers to. We could project all the answers, but we wanted them to kind of give us answers, but they didn't. So Dangote came out and said the information that they were selling the liter of petroleum at 898 naira per liter to NNPCL was misleading. Or that tell us which one is the right one then. They didn't. So the whole hide and seek, cat and mouse, rat and cat race continued, as well as the fuel scarcity. People are still paying for wherever they manage to get the fuel. So we believe that the fuel scarcity is artificial, which means they intentionally hoarded the products. And who did that? NNPCL. So having done that, now that the Dangote refinery and all these trucks they showed us, you remember all those trucks loading the, that was the first joke, by the way, okay? A major oil producer, Nigeria, is celebrating a refinery that is now, active or now working. But they were celebrating that with trucks loading the contents, loading the products, and they'll be driving all around the country in trucks. Really? Okay, fine. Now, it's been 4 days, and nobody has been able to buy Dangote petroleum anywhere in Nigeria. What happened to that? Is the NNPCL trying to sort of discharge all of the ordered petroleum products that they hid away, while the rest of you are queuing all over the country, paying through your noses? They intentionally did that. They hoarded it. Artificial scarcity. So now that Dangote is here, so that means oil should be everywhere. People don't even mind anymore. And even if you want to sell them for 1,500, just make it available. That's what they are saying. They said make it available. They don't care anymore. Availability, that, seems to be a mirage now. 4 days. 4 days of them celebrating the Dangote petroleum, and not even a single teaspoonful of Dangote petroleum has been sold to any oil marketer, independent marketer in Nigeria. Dangote won't sell directly to them. I was actually wondering why. We were wondering why. Then NNPCL said by their own arrangements, they are the ones to set the price for the petroleum. Okay, now you have the petroleum. Abi, how come it's not available again? Now we have a lot of conspiracy theories already developing. Some of these, some of these conspiracy theories, they are now telling us that maybe those tankers that you saw that day loading the products out of Dangote petroleum, Dangote refinery, maybe they just drove straight to Benin Republic, or drove straight to Cameroon, Yaoundé, or they drove straight to the border of Togo and all those places, or Niger. Because if these trucks were traveling from Lagos even to Kano, they're not going to spend 4 days. Are they going to spend 4 days? Okay. If they are driving from Lekki Free Trade Zone, where Dangote refinery is, how long do you think it's going to take them to get to Ojota or get to Lagos Island? Maybe to Ibadan or Akure? 4 days. Now they've raised the alarm. They have raised the alarm that nobody has Dangote petroleum right now. Others are saying maybe they just kind of did all that media show, and they drove all those trucks into their tank farm, empty everything there. They go come dilute them with different coloring and water before they reload them, and then they will now discharge them across the country. So everywhere you are being sold Dangote oil, it would have become adulterated, just like adulterated the product they have been bringing to Nigeria, the ones that have been causing you cancer, destroying your cars, your car engine, your bike engine, and your other engines across the country. So why are these people so evil? People are asking so many questions. But you know their way. Nobody will tell you anything. No one will say anything. They will leave you guessing. Dangote won't talk. NNPCL won't talk. But the rest of you, you can just continue to guess. Which kind of evil be this? How can people be so evil to their own people? Like, what the heck is going on? 4 days. Even if now they push all the trucks, they could don't reach at least 2-3 destinations by now. The petroleum product is scarce still. The queues are not reducing. And you have already been conditioned that that's how much you are going to pay for a liter of that petroleum. So when I heard that today, I was like, this evil deep. Abi, what do you call it? Or what do you call that? Other than evil. So if Dangote is not in on it, 20 billion naira investment, $20 billion investment, refinery. How could you let people mess you up this way? It was supposed to be your business. What kind of oil cabals you have in Nigeria? It says something. Dangote said the oil cabal, they are more dangerous and powerful than the drug cabals. A lot of people kind of feel like drug dealers, drug peddlers, all these Tifnumbu's business guys, the drug pushers. They must be more deadlier. They must be more dangerous. So when the supposed quota system billionaire, the richest black man in Africa, comes out and said, the oil cabals, they are much, much, much dangerous than the drug cabal or oil cartel and drug cartel. Who was he actually referring to? Was he referring to the NNPCL and the people around them? The guy that is in charge of the NNPCL, Mele Kyari, he is a northerner. He is a Muslim. And when I was growing up, they told us that northerners don't argue with themselves. Northerners this, northerners that. What the hell is going on? If Dangote, the vice president of Dangote Group, that Indian guy, he said they have the capacity to produce at least 50 million liters of petroleum product every day. He didn't tell us how much of a